for you just to kind of highlight what I'll be covering. Basically, I like to do just a quick overview of the main page, just so that you can see, you know, what all has changed, what features are updated, and most importantly, how to get to what we're looking at today, where to find DS Connect, and then we will dig into the I need help with and take me to features of DS Connect, along with highlighting the case dashboard and case view, kind of outlining those and the differences between those two. The Ducted Systems email us. This is a really great resource for you. And then, of course, like I said, I'll leave it open at the end for questions, but please feel free to interject at any time. So let's jump into Navigator. So I have already logged in. Normally I start at the login page, but if you have forgotten your password, make sure that you use your email address as your username without the .hn at the end. Otherwise, you won't receive the email to reset your password. So just that disclaimer there. And again, I'm just going to cover the dashboard just really quickly and just kind of give you a real quick. And if you have questions about it, like I said, please ask me. I'm happy to click in stuff, check things. So whatever you need, this is for you. So really from top to bottom, the Solution Navigator icon is your home page. If that displays, that will take you back here to the main dashboard or the main page. Next to that is the search bar. This is a very good tool in Solution Navigator in that it is part of how you can order product. You can put anything in that search box. You can put in a topic of an issue or like a manual or guide. You could put anything in that box, and if it's in Solution Navigator, it'll produce a result. The only thing to remember is if you're putting in a serial number and it has letters in it, to capitalize the letters. Otherwise, you may not get a result. So, but yes, this is a very good tool. Next to the search bar over on the right is the notification bell. Just like HVAC Navigator, anything that you need your attention or you need to read will be in that notification bell. Sometimes the notifications will pop out on the main page. Typically when they're brand new, you can click out of it to remove it from the screen, or you can click into it to learn more. Anything in red is critical, and then anything in green just wants to get your attention. Next to this notification bell is the cart. And if you do not have this cart,
But yeah, I'll let you jump in your conversation.
Yeah, sorry.
just a second. That's all right.
Take care, guys.
If you do not have this cart on your page, make sure that you email support@solutionnavigator.com, because you won't be able to order product, you won't be able to look at product in the cart, and that sort of thing. So that's a very important thing that you will need to have. Next to that is what do you call it? The guy in the silhouette, Stevie?
That's exactly what I call it. The silhouette,
Yeah.
guy in the silhouette.
Or the account icon. I like the guy in the silhouette though. Basically, if you have more than one account, you can switch your account here. You can view your profile. You can log out, of course. I'm going to click into my profile just really quick. I don't want to get too far off, but just some important things I want you to note here. If we go to user preferences, you're actually able to select a primary brand. So what that does really is when you're searching for product, if you have a brand selected, it will like automatically apply the filters. So it'll save you a few steps in clicking around if you have a brand selected. If you leave it wide open like I have here, it'll just show you everything you have access to. So that's just something to be aware of. Advanced brand settings, you can set your brands for other areas of the business here. So the same thing, when you're looking up that product, it will automatically filter to that. Or if you leave it wide open, it'll just show you everything. And if we go to the general, profile details, and I scroll down to the bottom. Yes. Newsletter subscription settings. If you don't have anything set here, you won't get those monthly notifications from Solution Navigator that lets you know of any updates or any issues or, really important information. It's really easy to do. Again, it's in the guy with the silhouette or the account icon, and you just scroll all the way to the bottom on that general area, and then you can choose what you want to receive. So that way you're only getting what you've chosen and you're not getting a bunch of extra stuff. So I'm just going to hit Solution Navigator to go back.
Hey, just
Oh.
just to kind of touch up on that, Robin. Also remember to to add to what Robin stated, just to chime in, make sure that you have the brand selected as well in the second box or the two boxes to the right of that. Because if you have the letters selected, you will receive the letters. But if you don't have the brand, then when you go to news announcements, you won't get the pop-up that actually shows you the newest letters because you don't have brand selected. Or if you click on the little hyperlink that it sends to you in an email for this letter, it may not take you to that letter like it should because you don't have a brand selected. So please make sure that they do that too as well.
Okay. And I'm demonstrating that. I just added Champion and Guardian to mine. So I will receive those things. And there's my little box saying, yay, I've done that successfully. Thank you, Stevie.
You're welcome.
So below the search box is what they call the mega menu. And really this is where all the functions and activity of Solution Navigator are kind of held together. Products you can see here categorized by topic on the left. And this is kind of a hovering situation. You hover over on the left and then you go to the right for what you want to select. Resources, these are your applications. So this is like the functionality of Solution Navigator, again, categorized by topic or function. You hover, and then you hover over to the right, and you can see that some of my applications have the little star. That just means that they're favorited. It's very easy to do. If I wanted to favorite Parts Navigator, you see it lights up. The star turns blue. I click it, it turns gray. That means it's on my favorites page. And if we go to my work, this is where your favorites are at. And then also communities, which is where we're going to jump into DS Connect. So that's the blue area kind of at the top. Down below that is just how you have widgets, which widgets are just like your phone, how it works kind of the same way. You can move them around. You can customize the layout. You could customize widget. And again, kind of going back to the cart icon, if you go to customize widget and you don't already have this showing on your main page, quick order and mass upload, those two functions also will help you place orders through Solution Navigator. So if you don't see them and you go to this customized homepage and you don't see them as an option, be sure to email support@solutionnavigator.com so they can get you those options. So I'm gonna hit save. And it looks like favorites is also an available widget as well. So you can see my favorites are on my main page. So I don't have to go to resources to do the hovering thing. I can just select what I want to on the favorites. And again, customize. If you don't want favorites sitting at the top, you can move things around. You can see I have quick order here. Basically, that's really easy. You just drop it down to whatever seller you want to purchase from, pop in the item, click add to cart. It pops up a display kind of saying, yes, you've added this to your cart, your little cart icon updates, very easy. My products really is just kind of a snapshot of the products up here in the mega menu. Mass upload, this is really nice if you have a big stocking order. You can throw on there equipment, accessories, parts, and then upload that template to Solution Navigator and it will pop it into the correct carts for you. And then you can just check out with one click, one easy process. So if you want more information on that, let me know. I'm happy to walk through that process. but it's very, very nice if you already have a list. You can just throw the list into Solution Navigator. And then below that, I have order history and tracking. And this is a really great resource no matter how you submit orders. So if you don't use Solution Navigator to order at all, maybe you just purely EDI, or hopefully you're not still faxing in, but if you're emailing in orders or any of that, everything will show on order history and tracking, no matter how you submit. So every time I get asked, do you have my order? It's really easy. You can look here anytime. The only thing, and I like this, it kind of puts everything on here because I have a different account, but you'll notice the third order from the bottom says order submitted, but there's no sales order number. If Taylor Heating and Cooling is asking me about this order, what this means is that the order has been submitted, like the status says, but the storefront hasn't quite received it yet. So it's still kind of in that process. And really, it's a quick process. It shouldn't last for very long before it's in process or it has been received. So once you see that 302 sales order number, you'll know that the storefront has received that order and they'll begin processing it. And of course, you can click into any of these to view additional details. You can download this list. You can click to view all orders, which will take you to order history, the full order history where you can apply filters and search using certain criteria. And then you can also access this by clicking the card icon, which is also another good reason why you should have it. But I like this. It's very clean, clear. Whatever is selected, the box on the right lets you know this first order, it's been submitted, it's being processed, it has not yet shipped. So let's go to, I want to show you a completed order. So let's see, I may have to go all the way in. Okay, well, a completed order on the right will show tracking, a carrier, and a shipment date. So just note that whatever status on the left, that box on the right will correspond with that. Green check mark means it's on time or complete. There may be a yellow triangle, which may mean it might be delayed a few days, and then a red triangle is very delayed. So, and that's just a system generated notification there. So, like I said, any questions you can let us know, or yeah. So that's order history and tracking. And again, it's a very good tool to have right there at your fingertips. Solution Navigator support, I referenced them a couple times, support@solutionnavigator.com. They're a really good resource, not just, for troubleshooting or that sort of thing. I know, I don't know how long ago it's been, but there was a day where Warranty Navigator was down. And somebody sent in an email to support@solutionnavigator.com, and they were actually able to prioritize that, expedite that request, get it in, and Warranty Navigator was back up within an hour. So they're a good resource, not just for maybe troubleshooting, things, the typical support, but for kind of all things Solution Navigator. So that's real great. Here is the Walk Me tool, this little question mark here. If I click this, basically this is like any online marketplace that you've seen. This is a, can we help you? Let's chat. These are just kind of subtopics, probably the most commonly asked. You could pop open these to view available resources for each of these topics. United Storefront is a really good one. It actually shows you the process of placing orders without having Order Navigator. But the couple things I wanted to show you is this Solution Navigator application locator. So it's this first little bubble. If I click on that, it has me click on to open a PDF. If you're familiar with HVAC Navigator and you're looking for an application, but you just can't find it, this is a really good, helpful tool. Like, I need to find ductless systems, search a claim. It's going to be under that resources, under warranty tools. So this is good to kind of just know that it's there and available to you if you're looking for something and you're having trouble finding it. And in addition to that, Find My Admin. If I click on that, what this does is it actually takes you through the steps. Click Contact Us, click Find My Admin, and I've successfully done it. So in addition to just giving you the resources, it also helps you kind of walk through the steps. So kind of a neat tool. And it also has a section where you can provide feedback. So if you would like to see something, or, you know, if they're doing a good job, let them know. All right, so the dashboard, that's all great and wonderful. Let's jump into DS Connect. So if you remember, it's under My Work, and it's going to be under Communities. And I like this because it's a communication tool. So Communities, let's go to DS Connect. And here we are. And DS Connect, Ducted Systems Connect. So it's all things ducted systems. So if it's dealing with any parts, it's going to be Smart Search UPG products. So today we're going to take a look at the warranty tile. And Randy and Dan, if you want to interject as well, that is perfectly fine. I'm actually going to kind of click into some of these things. I'm going to request something in a test way, and I want to show you kind of the progress and the sequence of how things happen, about how fast you get a response back and that sort of thing. And yes, I'm going to do all that on this call. So DS Connect warranty. What we found, DS warranty policy and the extended warranty policy, these are actually, if you click on this, the link will take you to a 2020 document. I do have the current documents, which I have all of your information I will email to you. So you have the most current warranty policies on hand. If you click parts lookup, again, this is all things ducted systems. It's going to take you straight to Smart Search UPG products, which is super nice. No confusion. And if I want to go all the way into Warranty Navigator, there's also a link that will take me directly to that as well. So let's click into that. And here is my Warranty Navigator with all of my available tiles. So if I go back, that's the Take Me To area. If we go over to this I Want To, what this does, you know that lots of areas of the business have an email address where you send in a message and you get a case number back, and it's kind of worked with a group or a person, and you know, it's just a good tracking way. What this does, I Want To, is it brings kind of that case request into Solution Navigator. And this is really fabulous because if you're already working in Solution Navigator and you need to request a warranty voucher, there's the link to do it. You don't have to go hunt for the email. You don't have to go looking for something else. Let's just click it, request a warranty voucher. So I'm going to fill this out in a test sort of way. And Stevie, if you want to guide me along on this, but I'm going to show you how easy this is to use this I Want To feature. So I'm just going to pop a serial number in. Anything with a star is going to be a required field. So I want to make sure I put test in there, request warranty voucher. And as you know, with probably all things, the more information that you put into this, the less that they'll have to go back and ask you. So, you know, even though requested remedy is not a starred field, you can still put something in there. Warranty voucher, request warranty voucher, part not available, extended lead time. So you know, if you can't get a part from source one within 3 business days, you have the opportunity to request a warranty voucher. If you see that something is not in stock, I would urge you to call source one to see, because a lot of times what they'll do is they'll have some stock, but they'll have it set aside specifically for warranties. So once your warranty order comes through, the system, hopefully correctly, they can actually release the product and allocate it to your order. So I would urge you, if you have an order in, you see there's no stock, give them a call and just make sure that they don't have some of that reserve stock that you're not seeing. So you can put in all of this information, model number. If you have an invoice or a credit memo number, you can put that in there. If it automatically populates your information, which is good because, you know, sometimes you don't know your account number. So this already does that for you. You could put an alternate contact. That way, if you are going to lunch or you're going to be out of the office for the next couple days, there's an alternate person that can be reached. Warranty claim number, if you have something prior in there or a circumstance or situation where you have a warranty claim number already, you can put that in there, or a letter number. Has the product been registered? I will let you know if it's not. They won't consider a warranty voucher, so you'll want to make sure that the unit is registered. And then, has the equipment or the part been started or installed? And I would say, if it has, then what do you say, Stevie?
If it has been installed,
Yeah,
yeah, I would just select yes.
okay. And then this upload attachments, this is where this gets really snazzy. The little eye, if I hover over that, that just lets you know that there is a limit to what you can add. So if you have a bunch of pictures or files or documentation, which we highly encourage you to, you know, to include, what you might do is just add one file to the case. And then when you get your email back, you can actually respond to that case and add the rest of your pictures. So just note that if you've popped in 15 pictures and you keep hitting submit, nothing is happening, that's probably why, because there is a limit. So if you have a bunch, just add one, wait for your email, and then you can add the rest. So I'm gonna go ahead and submit this. Pull my email over here. Okay, so it's letting me know my form is successfully submitted. It actually gives me the case number on this page. And I'm going to click out of that. So you're probably thinking, okay, so I sent an email in. Now what? You know, I have a case number. That's great. Well, I just got my email on that case. So that's seriously how fast it works. It's minutes at the most. So this lets me know this is really nice. Here's my case number, everything I put in there, all the pre-populated information. If there was a picture, it would have pictures in that. And then from here, if you had additional pictures, you could respond to this email and attach your additional pictures. So I wanted to show you that that's how fast it works. And let's, what else do I want to do on this, Stevie?
So, like on the email, let's also talk about, because I'm going to do something here to close the case, because I actually took ownership of it inside Salesforce.
Okay.
And I'm just going to hit other. And I'm just going to close the case. So you should get an email that will give you a close case notification.
Okay.
And I want to talk about those. There's two little hyperlinks that come with that closed case notification, as some of you most of you do know, that have sent cases over to technical, residential, or commercial support teams. When you receive that closed notification email, it would also provide you a link to do a simple survey on how you felt we did within that case. just to kind of help us understand how our agents are doing with the customers. And then you also notice, yeah, you see that Robin is pointing out there. You can click on that for the survey, and then underneath that is a case escalation link. And so if you felt like that you did not get taken care of in this situation or on this particular case, you can escalate this case and submit your reason for escalating, and that will go straight to the contact center manager. The contact center agent whom takes that ownership of that case does not even get notification of this escalation. It goes straight to the contact center manager of that team. So it just kind of, help us out to understand how our agents are doing with the customers. It's good to have those filled out for us, possibly.
Absolutely. So that's how fast it works through DS Connect. Now you might be asking, well, should I be doing this instead? You don't have to do that. You don't have to use this instead. We just urge you to use this because the information that you put in actually will let the agents know more information, so they don't have to go back to you to ask for additional information. So the more that you can get going on your initial request, the faster of a resolution. So we go ahead, Randy.
Robin, I was just going to say, in the past, our customers have had to either wait online or they were waiting for a call back from tech service. This does expedite that whole process. And then to your point, as long as they have that information, they have all the information, it's fresh in their mind, they can get it documented, and that helps tech service, take care of the case right away. To your point, they don't have to go back and look for additional information. So it really is the ideal way to, if you do have a failure or something, to report a case.
We're a big fan of it.
Randy. Yeah.
Just because when you click on request a warranty voucher, it's going to go to the right place. Whereas if you're hunting around for an email, it might not be the right email. This will get you to the right place.
And Randy, just kind of speaking on that template, I'm going to be trying to, I talked to Robin about this, about pushing our customers to use this tool versus email. And what it does for us using this tool versus the email tool is if you send the email over to us with all that information in it, we as agents have to dissect that body and put it in the fields where it belongs. Versus a DS Connect, when you fill out the proper field, it already transpires over to our field to allow us to work that case even faster. So I like it's good to have the emails in case you don't use DS Connect, but we're going to really start leaning for the customers to use this tool because it's got everything you need in it.
Right.
Yeah, I
think go ahead.
I think it's a quicker, much more efficient way to get the cases resolved quickly.
And the information, because there's a lot of the times being as a contact center agent, we get these, we get emails, and sometimes the serial number is not attached to the email string. It just may be a model or something like that. So with the DS Connect case, is required. So that helps out, your guys and help out our guys to know that we're getting the right information across. We used to get cases where it says, all it said is gas valve failed, and it was no serial number or model number. So, of course, there was a response back, and it's like, okay, can you give us a serial number on the unit? So it really helps both sides to be able to provide the most documentation you can possibly provide on that situation.
And if we could say we make it easy, we're making it easy, right, at least for that one thing. So below all of this are kind of email quick links. So if you need to contact consumer relations, you can click that and it'll pop up their email address automatically. Same with everything else. With DS Connect feedback, if you find like the DS warranty policy is from 2020, it's clearly not updated, right? I could email DS Connect feedback and let them know, hey, I'm in this warranty information and your warranty policy, it's from 2020. So DS Connect feedback, that's a good place to go to let them know of those issues, or if you see something that could be improved, or if we're doing a good job, let them know that there's a quick link to send that information. And then, so we sent in a case. I need to go back to DS Connect?
That's correct. Just click on that link. Yep, you're right.
Okay. So we still have that I need help with take me to, but let's look at this case dashboard. Awesome. All right. Okay. So this is such an enhancement from anything we've ever had. The case that I sent in, request a warranty voucher, it didn't go into no man's land. I actually have visibility to it and can refer back to it. So I can see that's my case number. This is what I needed, the date, the status of it. Obviously, it has my name, case origin. So it has some information here. And I'm going to let you talk on this, Stevie, because you described this probably the best.
Thank you. It's all right. You had it right on point. Well, I can tell you, Robin was correct on everything that's shown here in this case summary by letting you see those things. A lot of questions we get, can we click on the case and see that? That is something that we're working towards for in phase 2 of this tool. Also, to allow you to see other fields like description and resolution. So, because those are the particular fields that you should be enabled to see. And in that way, you can follow up on it. Now, clicking on the cases and on that particular case number, will it bring it up and can I do anything to it? If you remember, we had a tool that is still active in Solution Navigator called Case Create. You would be able to see these cases and you can click on the case and open it up and actually modify it. They didn't give us that enhancement on this part of DS Connect tool, but at the same time, if there's more information required, if you want to, you can always go back to the email that Robin showed you that you get, and you can just simply reply with any extra information or documents or pictures or videos, and it will automatically upload those attachments to the case, no matter who's the case owner.
Even if the case is closed,
That's
you
correct.
can still respond back to that closed email and say whatever you need to say or add anything, and it'll reopen it on their side.
Right.
So closed is not final.
No, it's never final, and we do that because of the feature that we have in Salesforce called Email to Case Premium, and what that allows us to do as agents is to have a two-way communication with the contact record in that case. And what happens is if we leave that case in working status or open, pending status, or anything that equals open, if you was to respond or reply back to that email, your modification will come back to the case, but us as agents working it, we wouldn't know that you responded. So we close the case a lot of the times because we need to know and get a notification, which we do if we close it. If you respond back to that email, it will change the status to customer responded. And each of the contact center agents, we have a list view that we go in every day, every second of the day to look at our open, close, or cases. And if we look in our open cases folder or list view and see that a customer responded, we can respond really quick. But if we leave it, open, we will not know that you have responded. So it's kind of a flaw in that particular tool, but that is the reason why we close a lot of our cases, even though you may not think the situation is closed. So just be mindful of that. But Robin pretty much explained everything about this detail of this dashboard, but we are looking to enhance it to give you a populated list view where you can select and see just your cases and not everybody else. Because as you can see what Robin is displaying, not only can she see her cases, but she can see anybody else as a contact name that shared the same account as she do. And what I mean, and Robin, if you can click on the little man, the silhouette guy again.
Yep.
when you hover over that, you notice right underneath your name that account, not the ZZ AOMS information, but right underneath your name, that's the account name. And if you and I, or say if I, myself, Robin, Randy, Johnny, we all had the same account name, we could see each other's cases from our own one single view of being inside Solution Navigator or on this dashboard. So it's nice to be able to see those, but if you want to go in and just say, I don't want to see everybody else's cases, I just want to see my cases. That's what we call a list view that we're going to try to build for the second enhancement of this tool to allow you to be able to just filter just your cases and you never lose visibility of these cases like you did in Case Create. If a case owner took ownership of it, the agent that or the person that made the case would lose visibility of it and they wouldn't see it anymore. So these cases are here to stay. They never get wiped away. But what you will see is that Robin's case is there at the top. But if we was to refresh this and close it and come back into it, you may see 10 more cases on top of it, just because of how many cases are being created throughout ducted systems on a day-to-day basis. So those are some of the things that we want to enhance, but it is a very, very powerful tool to allow you to enable you to keep record of your cases. And not only can you see DS Connect cases, you can see cases that if you called into our tech service or any one of the contact centers, if you emailed, if you left a voice message, or if you created this DS Connect case, or even used the Case Create tool still, because some of that functionality is still being used for Case Create with the RTSMs. So you will see all those case origins that you create those cases right here in this dashboard.
So that email that you sent to UPG Source One Parts that you thought went into oblivion, there it is. So, yeah, this is really nice. And especially if you got, Stevie and I, let's say, we're on the same account. He's taking care of a customer, but he's out to lunch. I can pull up his case. I can, see what information, at least what status it's in, and provide an update if needed. So that's case dashboard. Let's take a look at case view. Maybe. Ah, there we go. And my biggest question when all this came out was, what's the difference between case dashboard and case view?
So the difference between the case dashboard that's in DS Connect versus the DS Case View. DS Case View dashboard was designed to, for example, say I'm going to pick on you again, Randy. Say you were the technical service manager and you was at one location, one branch, but you supported 10 other branches in different locations. Well, this tool is now defined and built where Randy could see all those other branch cases from his one view, even though he's at one account or inside of one account. He can see those multiple accounts, not just the account that he's signed into. So if he wanted to follow up on any cases that's being created from those other branches, he can easily go in here and see it. And this is the reason why I say that we're working on phase 2 to give that pick list and allow you to click on a case right here in DS Case View. It won't let you do it because they didn't finish out the process to do it. But you notice that there's a hyperlink when you hover over the case number. Well, what happens, what's supposed to happen is when you click on it, it takes you into a big picture view of that case. So you can see all the details in the case. The pick list, or not pick list, but the what we call public list, that what I was talking about, where you can filter to say, I just want to see my cases versus other account cases. This is what it will resemble. You would have my cases, my open cases, my closed cases. You will have that list view there that you can select from. So we know it can be done, and this is evidence that it can be done. They just, at that time when they did the case view versus the DS Connect dashboard, it's kind of like the left hand and right hand wasn't talking at that moment in time. But so we know that it can happen, and so that's something that we look forward to doing in the case dashboard. But that's the difference. Is this view here, I can see multiple branches, multiple account from different branches that I support, and I can see those cases and keep track of those cases. Versus being in the dashboard, You're just seeing just your specific account cases and your cases that you create,
Okay.
if that makes sense. Hopefully
Yeah.
I didn't confuse
Yeah.
anybody.
This will be a nice tool, Stevie, for the TSMs that are overseeing multiple wind locations.
That's
If
correct.
they have 2 or 3 different locations that they're working with, they'll be able to just go in and look at their cases anytime.
That's correct. Yes, sir. That's exactly why we wanted to design this, to make this work just for that particular reason. And and I know the next question that comes behind this: do dealers have access to this tool? And this is something I'm really looking forward to trying to accomplish in this tool, is to not necessarily allow the dealers to use this tool as a way to create cases, but merely of a way for you as the distributor to see their cases. So we know that a tier one can add a tier two, which is his dealer, and that account is built inside Solution Navigator, which makes a Salesforce account as well for that dealer. And when it's built that way, if that dealer calls in and that agent clicks on that contact record that's under that particular tier two account, which is his company, which is underneath your branch, when he creates that case, then this dashboard will populate those cases for those dealers. That's my plan and my goal to get accomplished, because that's really cool. Remember back in the old UPG instance, you were able to see those dealer cases because we put the dealer under your branch account record inside Salesforce. So that enabled you to see this dealer calling in and saying he called in several times on this particular unit, and you guys offer a training course, and maybe you can bring that dealer in to help him get more fluent with this piece of equipment. And so that functionality was lost when we moved from UPG instance into the Open Globe instance of Salesforce. So that is my big goal, to give that back, and I'm going to work hard to get that accomplished, because I think y'all deserve to see that, to see your dealers calling in. So that's all I have on the dashboard.
Okay.
Thank you, Rob.
I'm gonna go back to DS Connect. It's just a tab over. This was case view, and then over here is the case dashboard. And then of course there's lots of other resources on this page, as you can see. DS inventory, find freight charges. That'll actually take you to invoice lookup, where you can put in information and get an invoice to see how much freight was charged. So there's lots of possibilities here. I know we didn't do a whole lot of warranty per se, but I definitely wanted to point out that request a warranty voucher. That link is available. It works. It's easy. I've seen it, to fruition. I've seen it, actually be successful. So, uh, just a really great tool. Lots of good things coming. Lots of already good things available to you. So, um, I guess I can just open it up for questions.
Robin, I would like to add to this. As you know, everybody can see and under the I want tos, and you notice that she clicked into the warranty tile and not technical support tile, and just be mindful that she clicked into warranty instead of technical support. But when you request a warranty voucher, that still comes to technical support. Even though you're in the warranty tile, it doesn't go to warranty. So please don't get confused with that part of it. What they did is they wanted to kind of mingle some of these subject titles, even though it's going to a different team, to still give that customer an opportunity to request that through that path. Now, like if you would go in to ask a question regarding warranty on a part, will you click on that, Robin?
Yes.
So if you notice, as you play around with these different templates, as far as what I call ask the question or take me tos, subject types, you'll notice that in the technical support case template, it's required to put a serial number in it. But in this particular template for warranty, it's not required because it doesn't have a red asterisk. but the issue description is required because we really want to have that information provided. It's required to save the case. The part number is there. So that really helps the customer build this template correctly with the right information. So you'll see that different fields will be required per the subject title that you select on that template.
Good
And
point.
this actually does go to the warranty team, because as you can see at the top, there's not a residential or technical support, push button to select. And I guess that would bring me into this to talk about that. If you are using the technical support tile, Robin brought up one issue that we found, that if you exceed that limitation, there's nothing there to tell you that you've exceeded that limitation in the video or the picture or attachments. But just take that in mind, be mindful of that as well, because if you don't, it doesn't give you any notification.
Nothing.
Nothing at all. The other thing that I've seen, and it's kind of glitchy, if you noticed earlier, Robin had to refresh her screen when she went to the dashboard. Sometimes that I've found, and it's just something with the browser or something within Solution Navigator, but they're aware of the issue, that when you're in technical support tile, you have the two push buttons that says residential and commercial, or even your submit button. Sometimes I've seen that those words do not populate, and all you get is just the push button. And so if you come into that technical support tile and do that template, no matter what I want to, or what is it, take me to,
Mhm.
no matter which one of those that you select on those titles, if you don't see the word residential or commercial next to the push button, do not submit the case. Because what will happen is that it will allow you to submit the case, but it will go into no man's account. And I'm the only sole person that monitor that account across the whole Salesforce platform, just because I watch out for that. But if what you need to do is, if you don't see the residential or commercial word, just simply hit the refresh up in your left-hand corner of the screen and refresh the screen, and it will populate those words. I've seen that happen on the residential commercial push buttons, and I've also even seen the submit button come where it just shows half the button and it's not fully there. Just simply hit the refresh button and it'll populate correctly, just in case
And
you run into it.
it does do that throughout Solution Navigator everywhere. So
Right,
if
that's
you're
correct.
looking at parts, or, if something just doesn't look right on the screen, just refresh.
Yep. So I don't have anything else, Rama. I'll shut up now.
Now, if we don't have any questions,
Randy was getting ready. Were you going to say something, Randy?
Nope,
Okay.
nope. Great job, guys. I'm hoping we're going to get a lot more customers utilizing DS Connect. It really is a great tool.
And Robin, can I show them something? Can I share something that I do for these Dr. System
absolutely.
cases?
All yours.
Okay, give me a second here. This is something that I normally don't always get to share, and let me know when you can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
These are what we call case origins, and these are all the case origins that every support team receive cases through. And you could see, it needs to be refreshed a little bit here, but we could see that in certain teams that the DS Connect case is making a difference. We're starting to see more of these cases come in through DS Connect. So we monitor that through our Salesforce reports. So it's really good to see that, to see the increase, but this is something that we're monitoring on our side, because we want to take away so many of the voice messages and the emails and use DS Connect. So I thought maybe I would show that just so you could see that. And then I do it in a way where you can actually see the report. So I'm going to click on this, and hopefully it doesn't take a while. to bring up because there's a lot of information. Oh, actually it did.
All
So
right.
without the graph, you can actually see the report. And as you can see, our highest volume, this is residential by themselves, and we have the bulk of, our case volume is calls, of course. Our second one it seemed like is voice message, but when you see the DS Connect, it is increasing by the month that we're getting more and more customers using this tool. So I just
That's-
thought I would share that. Go ahead, Randy.
No, that's great news. That's really good news.
So I'll stop sharing, stop talking. I forgot about that. I'm able to show that now, so I feel good about being able to share that.
Well, thank you for sharing that. If there aren't any other questions or anything else, we'll cut you loose.
Thanks again, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Robin. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day.